What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Contractor Secrets Podcast. In today's episode, I sit down with Lukasz, my new friend from all the way across the map, Norway, and super humbled to have an opportunity to reach someone that far. But so cool to hear how, the principles in business can translate to any area on the map. And that's what we hammered out. It's just some business principles about freeing him from production. So much good in this episode. Really enjoyed connecting and helping out Lukasz all the way over there in Norway. Tune into this one. I think you're going to really enjoy this business breakthrough. The big question you need to ask yourself every day is, do I own a job or do I own a business? And unfortunately, the majority of contractors out there own a job. That's right, they're a slave to their own business. But the other side of the fence is so much greener, it's so much better, and that's when you're finally fully in control of your destiny, your freedom, your time. And that's what Contractor Secrets is about. It's about taking back our time, building a business with systems, standards, values, procedures, putting yourself in the driver's seat. And that's what it's about. So I'm excited. I'm happy to have you here. Let's dive into the Contractor Secrets podcast. What is up, everyone? I'm here with Lukasz, all the way from Norway. This is my first international business breakthrough. So I'm very grateful to have you. You just showed me a picture of the snow. I'm very grateful I'm not there with you. So let's chat. So tell me a little bit about what business is like in Norway. How are you navigating the weather? What is, and you are podcast listeners, so I'm excited to hear, what you've learned from the podcast, how you've implemented it, and what can I help with today?
Mm-hmm. So, when first question was, I'm very happy to talk to you, of course, and it's big privilege. Yes, it is.
It's a blessing as well.
I look forward for big changes after this talking in.
Yes, I hope so.
Company. So, I have to say that when it comes to weather, it's one thing that maybe it's not the problem of weather, but a problem of my company, that I am what you call often in this.
Would you say that you're the
Sorry for my English. Sometimes I'll just talking. No. I wanted to say that I'm in this survival mode often.
Oh, yes, I do say that a lot.
and that's my problem of my all the years I'm running the business. Yes, and it's because I am on the work often. Yes, sure. I'm willing to give it away, but then I always think, okay, I can do it better, faster. Let me just take it over. Yes.
What do you do?
Yes, so now I know I do too much after your podcast, really too much. But okay, when I moved to Norway, because I'm originally from Poland, by the way. Yeah, so I moved 8 years ago, and I was encouraged here to start a small company with painting. Here in Norway, outside painting, you call like
exterior.
Exterior painting. It's a big thing, like in America. It's lots of houses are made of, most houses are made of wood. Yes, America, you have those sidings that are not really
Correct.
Wood sometimes. Yes,
right.
But here, 9% is just pure wood. They paint it every 5, 8, now better paint. So even every 15 years, yes, because of this better paint.
Sure.
And so I have started with this one. Yes, I had some friends helping me around, but then always I was pricing wrongly. I would say, I don't know, I've never heard this problem on your podcast, but for people like me from another country moving to, richer country, like a Polish person moving to Norway, for me, I thought I'm really happy with 1/3 of the price, because it was way more anyway that I was getting back in my country for this job. But then in a short time, I just found out that it's not enough for all the insurance, for the accountant, for paying to, all this legal money. So I
Sure.
really made some problems to myself. After 2 years, I had this, how you call it, sole proprietorship.
Proprietorship. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Good.
proprietorship, like one person business.
Yes.
And I was not saving for my taxes. So
Ah,
after 2 years, problems came. So now it's solved. But after 2 years, I opened this other, like, is it joint stock company? You call it this way? I checked this on Google.
what's
Like
it?
joint stock
Oh,
company,
a joint stock company. You opened up another
where
company.
yes, where I'm an employee in my own company,
Correct.
and then yes, and I
And
have to
then you
pay
pay
taxes.
yourself a salary.
I pay myself a salary. I pay my taxes right away because
Okay.
whenever before the
Smart.
salary comes to
Yeah,
my
you learned
account,
your sounds like you learned your lesson.
yes, that was painful because yeah, okay. But then now, up till now, being here 8 years, doing enter exterior painting, interior painting, and then problems comes. I do outside house washing, also like this pressure wash. Yes, I
Yes.
did some flooring for some people, just helping another guy that is my friend. My wife is having a cleaning company, so I would help her very often. And now, after
Too
your
much work,
podcast,
not too much work, not enough Lucas.
it is. And back in Poland, I was actually having a real business that you would say is a really business because I had two language schools. My teachers, they were teaching English children
Right.
and also adults. So that was a concept of that you're actually preaching to all of us.
Right.
Stop doing the job. Just have
Manage the
a
job.
decent manage the job. That's right. That's right. And so I would say I'm able to be a good salesperson, but I'm always so tired, or like I can get these jobs only from friends that ask me, or like
Right.
another client that was long time ago. Oh, you did this job for so little money for me. Is it possible you continue this year also? And that's this circle, I would say. But
So let me
so
ask you a
mhm,
question now. Let me ask because I know that there's this point in time, and I love that you've come to a realization here. You're saying
yes.
I cannot keep going like this. I had to
Mhm.
zero in, niche down. You hear me say that a lot.
Yes.
Tell me the outcome.
Right. So, okay, the outcome is there is this service in Norway that I have been doing also for 3 years in between all other services. But
Okay.
now I don't want to touch up to March before because we need to get some snow out. Any other thing but preparing to this one service, which is and now might be shocking. I don't know how is it in. I mean, you mentioned that some people do this sometimes in USA as well. This is roof renovation, but it's basically washing roofs.
Okay.
Taking all yes, it's not changing the roof, but it's washing. It's easy,
Well, Lucas,
easy to produce, easy to produce, easy to market.
right.
Yeah.
So let me understand.
Yes.
There is a there is a opportunity in your there's an opportunity in your specific space right now to do these roof washings, correct?
I would say I hope so. I've done it for 3 years. I've been a partner to a big company that makes really millions out of this in different area of Norway. And they made me a partner in my big area, but they didn't give me enough jobs. I was like a subcontractor to them. And then after 3 years, I decided like 2 years ago, actually, because there was a break of 2 years now, that I am doing this myself.
Okay.
So I've done projects. I bought equipment that was not cheap. It was around $25,000. It's this power washing hangers. Yes, you call it hanger.
Okay.
Like, I have this hanger behind me with all this big
Sure.
water tank, and then the diesel, actually it's benzene motor and engine. I mean, so market is, I would say, huge. Yes, but I have to teach people that they should use this service first.
Then
Yes.
that's not a huge market. So like that's how
Mm.
I would see it is like you don't
Yeah.
really have the luxury to create a market. That's what you're
Hmm.
doing. You're trying to create a market, and that requires its own marketing to create a market. So in other
Hmm.
words, you're telling me, okay, well, I know they need it, so I have to convince them that they need it. Well, in my
Hmm.
painting business, I don't have to convince anyone that they need to paint their house. The
Yeah.
market knows, hey, I should probably paint my house, and then they call me. You don't
Okay.
have the luxury to create a market because you haven't even established yourself in a market
Hmm.
that already understands that they have the need, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
personally, I believe that you should stick with the painting because everyone
Okay.
knows across the globe, hey, if this is a
Hmm.
rotting area or my house is looking pretty bad, I should probably paint it. Okay?
Hmm.
Getting into roof washing, first of all, that completely eliminates you working through the winter. You just showed me a picture of what looked to be
Yes. Yes.
the Polar Express. Okay,
Hmm.
so you're not able to do anything right now. Are you doing any interior painting right now as we stand? Do you have any work this week?
I would say not this week. No, it's we are finishing, or my guys are finishing two small jobs, and I have to be honest, really honest. I took again another project that I shouldn't take. It's very bad. So maybe you asked me at the beginning, like, what did I learn from your podcast? So this is funny. People can listen to, I don't
Right.
know if it's 70, 90 of your podcasts that I have listened. I've made notes and I didn't use it in my life yet. It's in my head like crazy. I'm not almost sleeping at night thinking I have to change. And then there came this opportunity 1 month ago. I was asked because that was my plan for winters to be careful.
Right.
Okay, I know what you will say. Renovate, paint kitchens or build kitchens. It's also a big,
Right.
I mean, it's not big market. I mean, but I see we have something like Angie's List, but it doesn't work in my region too much. Like there's almost no jobs here about this. And but when I look at some offers in different bigger cities around me, and there comes a painting exterior or interior, there is 5+ companies answering right away in 1 hour or 2 hours. When there is a kitchen building or kitchen painting, there is no answer for a week or two or three. So I was asked by a local shop, Lucas, you mentioned about these kitchens. Would you like to build for us 5 kitchens? We have this big project. So me in December, instead of preparing for spring, yes, going into this inside painting, interior painting, I took this kitchen project. So
Okay.
I
So
have to
now you're
finish this to
building.
the end of this week.
Right.
Yeah,
So okay. Do you have anyone that's working for you right now?
I have one guy that was with me for 2 years, and I have one new one for last 2 months,
Okay. So
and
you
they
have
are working
someone that's been
together.
with you for a while. Here's the thing.
Yes.
You're the captain of the ship, my friend. You decide
Hmm.
what direction they go in. If they got on your ship, you sway them back and forth, and we do this. And now
Yes.
we're building kitchens. And I mean, it sounds
It's
like
terrible.
it is really,
Yes.
really hard for you to say no.
Hmm.
And look
Hmm.
what it's causing chaos. People don't
Yes.
want to work for someone that doesn't have self discipline. And I don't
Hmm.
mean to come
Hmm.
across that in a personal way because I'm sure you're very disciplined in a personal way. But
No, very
okay.
good point. I take it, and it's you're a psychologist as well, so thank you for
Well,
that. Do
I don't want to
this.
be disrespectful, but maybe some
Thank you.
self reflection here will say, okay, what am
Hmm.
I not doing in my personal life that's affecting my business? Because they do go hand in hand, my friend.
Yes.
especially because we are the business. There's no other entity. We may pay ourselves as another entity, but we are not a different thing. It's like, okay, when I'm done my business, I have to go home and be myself. Right. And then in the
Yes.
morning, I put on this hat. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm business guy, same person. If the habits when we were at home weren't altered or changed or tweaked or improved, in what world will our business discipline be created? Because it's way harder to create business habits if we don't have personal habits to build them off
Yes.
of. Do you understand that
Yes.
concept?
Yes. 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 I understand that.
So the reason why it's so hard for you to say no is because you're scared. It sounds like you're scared to lose what you've created. You're
Yes.
scared to lose your employees. You're scared to lose what you've worked so hard on. And that's a normal thing. But I'm a big proponent of faith. And I believe that the first thing you should believe in is yourself. Believe in yourself. You got to this point. Sounds like you came from a different place that didn't have as much opportunity in Poland, right?
Not this way. No,
Not this
no,
way.
it's not.
Okay. So you tested out your theory. You said, okay, well, I'm going to create a business and I'm going to see if people will pay me to do stuff. And for 2 years, they have, haven't they?
Yes. Okay. We are here 8 years and I'm doing okay. 8 years now.
Okay. So
yes,
you should
yes.
say, you know what, at the very least, this is you talking to yourself, by the way. You should say, you know what, at the very least, Lucas, we can survive by ourselves, but we're going to try something new. And what we're going to do is, number one, we need to identify. That's number one. Identify what we're going to specialize in.
Yes.
So what is that thing that is going to be easy to market, easy to sell, easy to produce? You've heard me say that before. What is that? What is that one thing, my friend? What is that one job type that if you knocked on if I went and told you, Lucas, go knock on your neighbor's door, what could you sell? What service could you easily sell your neighbor?
Yes. So, I mean,
simple question. Don't overthink it. Simple question. What is that one service that you know you can knock on your neighbor's house and you can sell them the service fairly easily?
Yes. I mean, we have been doing interior painting for a while, and it should work.
It will work, but the problem is that you're starting and you're stopping. I think we both know if you and I both went to the gym every day for 90 days, we would have a body transformation. Would you agree? 90 days every day, same time, 1 hour and a half every single day. Would you agree?
Yes. Yes.
So what we understand about consistency is that consistency is going to produce us a better result than inconsistency. If we go one time on Monday and then we show up on Saturday and then we go on Sunday and then Tuesday, and then that's how you're running your business right now. You can't build momentum, and momentum is a really important proponent of business, believe it or not. You can't see it or can't, touch it, but you can feel momentum, can't you?
Yes.
You say, okay, well, all right, I found an interior job. Now I'm going to allow my team to do this interior job. I'm going to find one more. That is my goal. I got to find one more. And how I do that is from one of two ways. Either I pay or I do it and generate that interior business myself. What are you striving for? What is your goal, Lucas? What do you want to accomplish in your life? What is pulling you to be doing this?
I mean, I was always telling this up loud that I would like to be buy my time back. We lost in life a lot of time of this chaos, like 20 years just disappeared with some bad business investments we did back in Poland. Yes. So I see my kids are growing and I see there is a chance for me. Like I'm brave enough to run a business where I can have my own time around this as well.
Then what's stopping you? What is stopping you?
Yeah, this fear often. Yes. And
what are you afraid of? I told you what I think you're afraid of, but what are you really afraid of? What is the fear?
Yeah, but maybe I would agree with this first thing you told me, that it's a bit of too much of chaos in my life, that I'm not using enough time. Like, I'm listening also a little bit to Nick Slavik, and uh, he having such a big business, he just was telling that he would spend a lot of time on this, like looking into the business. Yes, even if he can have people doing this for him, but he's there doing this anyway, still keeping control. And I think sometimes I don't use enough time, or I'm tired after work because I'm running with brush or kitchen or washing outside,
But you need to be, instead of being,
or
and here's a really good transition in terms of what I
yes.
believe your new role should be. And it doesn't need to
Mhm,
be a brush slinger. That's what they call them,
mhm,
or a technician or any of that. You need to transition to, you are a teacher now. Like
mhm,
you
mhm,
have to, self-discipline is about creating boundaries. That's all it is. It's like,
mhm,
okay, well, I'm not going to eat after 7 o'clock because I know that
mhm.
that's probably not going to be healthy for me. Or I'm not going to sleep in past 7:30 because that's going to give me a bad start on my day. So these are
Yes.
boundaries, which is a proponent of self-discipline. So you have to create boundaries in areas that are harming your business. Number one, biggest area that's harming your business is you actually doing the work.
Yes. This
So
I've heard a lot from you, and I know it now.
but listen, but how do you avoid
Yes.
doing the work? You show up to the job with none of your own tools. Leave the tools at home.
Mhm, mhm.
Can you really do that? Would you be able to do that? If you think in your mind that, wow, what would I do without my tools? Oh, I don't know. You'd actually learn how to manage people
Yes. I
because you don't
agree.
have
I agree.
anything else to do. Leave them in the car. Not leave them in the car, leave them in the garage or in your house. Leave the tools at
Yes.
home. So your only option is to delegate and teach.
Mm. Amazing. Yes. Mhm, mhm.
So you're creating boundaries because this is an area that's really hard for you. And what does that do? It empowers people
Mhm,
to
mhm.
act on your behalf, and it frees you instantly because you now have a neurological connection that got created here. And that is simply
Mhm,
this: I created income out of a result
mhm.
of my resources instead of my time.
Yes, I
All it
understand.
takes for you to do is that one time. One time, then you're hooked. Then you're saying, okay, how can I improve this? How can I refine this? How can I make it
Mhm.
better?
Yes.
How can I make my resources better? How can I make
Mhm,
their job easier? How can I find them easier jobs to do but still make
mhm.
profitability? Do you understand all
Understand.
this?
Yes, yes. I would say that I have some qualities of being a teacher, not very well organized teacher. Yes, I have to be honest.
Well, you
But
certainly don't lack in enthusiasm.
no, I don't. No, I'm energetic, full of faith
I love that.
person as well. I think I
I
take
could
it
tell.
from
Do
up
you know
there a
what
lot. You
enthusiasm
mentioned
means?
this a few times. Hmm?
Do you know what enthusiasm means? The
No, no,
definition of it?
no.
It means full of God, like full of, that's
Oh
well, I don't know if
man,
it's the
yeah.
official definition,
Amazing.
but I've
Yes.
heard that definition. That's what it means. You're full of God.
Wow, that's
Okay.
amazing.
So
So
that's enthusiasm.
I'm fighting for this. I mean, fighting. I made my decision some years ago, and he's there, so I'm full of him. Of
Agreed.
course. Yes,
That's
yes.
amazing, man. Amazing. And
That's
I
nice.
think that on a spiritual sense, it's kind
Hmm.
of like someone gave you something like a seed and had
Yes.
asked you, hey, please make sure that you nurture this seed for me, water it, take care of it. And you're still holding
Hmm.
on to the seed. You're afraid to
Hmm.
let it go.
Yes, I do.
How
Yeah, I am.
isn't that hard to comprehend? It's that you've been given this gift of business and this gift of the heart of teaching and the heart of leadership. But for some
Hmm.
reason, you won't plant the seed. You won't nurture
Hmm.
it because there's a time period of sitting there and waiting for it to grow. You have to actually, like anything you plant in the dirt, you have to sit there, right? And you have to wait for it to grow. But some people
Yes.
are so afraid to just wait it out, nurture it, and have faith that it will grow by doing these things that you hear over and over again. Self-discipline, number one. Okay. Nurturing other people, teaching them, letting them do the work, letting them make mistakes, letting them learn, letting them communicate with customers on your behalf. And then being comfortable saying no. Okay. Whenever you pour water on that seed, that is your water of consistency. Guess what? You take on a cabinet building 5 kitchen job. Guess what? That seed gets no water for the entire time. That
Tanner, I was crying almost, like going there, like measuring. I mean, it's enough of that. I will never take it again. I have to finish this.
Lesson learned, because what we look at is instead of the long-term investment of growth in time, we look at the dollar amount dangled in front of our face, and we lose sight of the real blessing in all this is freedom, time, a business that we could be proud of, people that love to come to work for us every day, and a sense of, I don't know, leadership. I mean, right now it probably feels to you like you're probably a little disappointed in yourself in terms of what you've created for the people that come to work for you every day, because if you don't have a direction, they certainly don't have a direction. And when people don't have a direction, they tend to leave. So you should be very
I would
grateful.
be afraid, because I have really these 2 guys, and I can have a third one very soon if I need. I already talked to him. Very decent human beings, faithful guys. And like today they told me, can we start 6:30 or at least 7 o'clock in the morning? I'm like, what? Are you guys crazy? Yes, we would like to start earlier.
That should be your driving force, because you want to keep those types of people. You want those types of people to be excited to come to work, but you've got to also understand that it's your responsibility to make sure that they're in the right environment and they're growing and it's consistent every day. They don't want to build kitchens. They don't want to do tile the next day and pressure wash roofs. Who wants to do all that stuff every day? They want to get better at one thing. They want to improve. They want to learn how to cut better and spray inside and prep better and all these things.
Tanner, it's a question then, because I haven't heard you talking about this before too much, but I mean, I don't know if most of the painters talking to you were afraid to ask, but I think maybe the one that is not afraid, and I mean, I don't feel shy to say this, that I have a feeling sometimes I'm not the best painter. I've learned all this last 8 years myself. Plus, I have to be honest here. You already know about this chaos. Doing a little bit of that, so I didn't do this repetitions enough.
You didn't specialize in it.
Sure. I didn't. So I want
to. That's actually, to believe it or not, Lucas, that's a good thing. I mean, honestly, it's a good thing, because if you think that I'm an A-level painter here, you got me completely mistaken. Actually, I care about my customers so much that I actually don't do the painting. That's how much I care about them, because at the end of the day, they're going to get a better result from Louis, Shamel, and Chris running the jobs, and all of our, we got Wayne, Kirby, Cody, Dan Jr., Dan Sr., we got Travis, who just started. The customers are way better off having those guys do it than they are me.
Okay.
And that is my belief. And that is what and guess what? My future customers are better off with me not painting, because I can service them. I can sit with them and talk about colors and, be excited on the phone about their job and walk them through pricing and walk them through what they need to hear and update them and be on time and make sure that they feel valued. And like, if I were painting, how good would that be for them? Because I'm so busy with paint in my hands, I can't even text.
Of course. Yes, I understand.
You understand? So I think it's a good thing to believe it or not.
So, but what would you suggest me here? Because I know often you're suggesting guys starting a business, telling them don't paint, but find a person that is already a painter. I mean, or a person that can do it for you next week, right? Because you don't paint. So, I mean, I will do this. I am not touching the brush, but my guys, they are okay to do the job now, especially one of them. Yes. But where do we find more wisdom, for example, or more knowledge? Do we do it from by the, I was trying to find those SOPs
Lucas,
things.
keep it simple,
Yes.
man. Keep it simple.
Mhm.
Don't overthink all this. What I would love for
Okay.
you to do is
Yes.
rally up your 3 employees and say, today is day 1. Have a team meeting,
Okay.
create some structure,
Yes.
meet at a coffee shop. I don't know. Sit
It's
down.
happening tomorrow. It's my birthday.
Beautiful. What better way to
I already
celebrate your
told them we go for a dinner. So
I love it. Well, happy birthday to
yes.
you. But listen,
Thank you.
create
Thank you.
structure, even with, if you can, this is biblical. He
Yes.
who can manage few will be able to manage many. Okay.
Yes.
Don't wait till you have many to learn how to manage few.
Mm-hmm.
So sit down, have a structured conversation and lead. Say, hey, team,
Okay.
this is how we're going to do it now. The only jobs that we will be doing are interior painting, where we will only paint ceilings, walls, trim doors. We may occasionally take off wallpaper, but I'll be there to help you with that to make sure we know what we're doing. But I want everyone to understand that that guy who's been here for 2 years is now your boss. I am now the official CEO of the company. I will be doing sales and marketing and managing the projects, talking with customers, and we're going to build something special. And that isn't that exciting?
It's amazing.
And it's just a few words, but golly, if you say it, I mean, they're going to be standing up cheering with how enthusiastic you are. But don't allow your past, which today I feel like you're a new business owner after this call. I hope so. Don't let that weigh you down, because what it's going to do is you're going to start thinking of things that you may feel inefficient at. And you might think, well, how am I going to do this? Don't worry about the how. Create the how. Okay. Be diligent enough to know that people signed up to work for you. You're providing for their families. They went home when you hired them and celebrated with their significant other and said, I got the job. So you should be doing whatever it takes to lead. And leaders, don't get me wrong, it's not wrong to go in and help, but you're not at a position right now where you need to be helping. You need to be growing your business, selling, marketing, shaking hands, meeting people, and teaching them how to run projects by themselves. It's time. And they should all work together, by the way. Never separate them.
I remember that. I mean, and yes, it's settled from your podcast.
You know why? Because listen, so think about it. One person working by himself. Kind of sad.
Energy goes away.
Energy's down, right? 2 people working together. Who's in charge? It's now a partnership on the job. So he only has one person to tell, hey, go do that. And it doesn't feel like there's authority there. But 3 people working together, one person manages 2 people. The difference is astronomical. It's not about the money. It's about learning how to create a system. So yes, 3 people might cost you more money and labor, but you're learning how to manage 3 people on one job. Don't worry about the money. Who cares? You're just building a business that you got to understand. Some people want it all. They want their freedom and they want the money that they made before they were free right off the bat. You don't understand that you're making an exchange. Okay. When you do this, you're exchanging your time. You're getting your time back, which has value. It's just not numerical. I guess it could be, but we don't count it the way we count money. So you're thinking, well, I made $1,000 last week and I worked 40 hours. And then this week I only made $500. Well, you didn't work 40 hours.
I understand.
What did you do with your 40 hours? You could have made more selling while you were making the 500 for doing nothing.
I understand.
Do you understand these concepts?
Wow. I mean, yes. Thank you. I mean, it's amazing to hear it from you. I had some more questions here written down, of course. I was thinking about this, but I know I took quite much from your podcast before, of course, but so I just have to start doing this Google ads because I didn't ask my people I worked for, and I know they will write good comments, so I have to do that so as soon as possible. But I was thinking, like about the leads. We don't have this Angie's list you mentioned, yes,
All right.
before, or
So
Angie's.
if you needed a painter right now to come over to your house, what do you do in
Hmm.
Norway?
Yeah, that's it. Google. Yes,
So
you
that's where
just
you
Google.
go. It doesn't matter. Just go right there.
Okay, and that's enough. Yes,
That's it.
Facebook is a little bit, but as I remember you're saying, it's a passive advertisement.
Agreed. It is.
Yeah.
It's passive for you right now. It's
Hmm.
going to be Google Ads. It's going to be the quickest way for you to sit in front of
Okay.
people that are ready to go. Again,
Yes.
don't overthink this, please.
No.
It's going to, the
Hmm.
overthinking is paralysis by analysis. Okay. You're analyzing
Okay,
everything. You
that's nice.
got to go. Just try it. If it doesn't work, try something else. Go. Try it. If it doesn't work, try something else. Go. Try it. If it doesn't work, try something else.
Mm.
Go, 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 go. Just keep moving.
Yes.
And then guess what? When you
Amazing.
pop your head up for air, you might look around and be like, all right, we get some momentum. I'm getting leads coming in every day. I'm calling them. I'm
Yes.
following up. I'm doing an estimate. I'm selling the job. My guys are doing the job. Now I sold another job. We have jobs booked for the week, the next week, the next week, the next week. Time to hire, grab another guy, hire that guy,
Mhm.
build the team. He's a manager. That's how the flow works. But in the beginning,
Mhm.
you haven't created the flow yet. Right now, you haven't started the engine.
Mhm.
You haven't
Mhm.
planted the
I
seed. Plant
understand.
the seed. So yes, you need this. But the good news is that in terms of Google ads, I mean, you only need maybe one job to a week to keep your guys busy. So I feel like in your
Mhm.
local network, that'll start you off with just finding people that want house painted,
Mhm.
and then I would definitely do Google ads at the same time. But the good news is that you don't really need that to sustain your business. You can still operate off of what you're doing now because it was
Yes.
keeping you
Mhm.
busy, wasn't it?
Yes.
And
Yes.
if it's keeping you busy, all you
All
got to
eight
do is,
years.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
so there you go.
Mhm. Okay, so I think this is it. I mean, you make it difficult for us, giving us this challenges, like, for example, me quitting this in my head and then practically quitting the roofs washing. All the investment I made there, but I'll try to from you, like from a prophet, if I can make this joke here.
Hey, listen, I
Yes.
listen, and I'll tell
Hmm.
you this. I just know
Yeah.
you tried it. I don't foresee, I see if you go that roof washing thing, you're going to be back in the same spot next year, you know? And I also know that people, I don't know if it's like this in Norway,
Mhm.
but I know it's like this in the United States. Could be the same. I would rather work inside of a nice air conditioned or heated house than
Of
climb
course.
on a roof.
Oh yes, yes,
I don't know
yes.
if you guys do it
100%.
differently. I don't want to be on a roof. So
No,
you got
I
to,
mean some of the Norwegians are crazy guys.
all right. Well, I don't want to
They want
employ
to
the
be
crazy guys. You can keep those. But
like
I'm just saying,
Vikings.
what we're doing now is we're not building a business for ourselves anymore. We're building a business for our employees.
Yes,
Okay.
I
You're
understand this,
you're
Tanner.
building a
I
business
took it
for
from
your
your
employees.
podcast.
It
Yes.
doesn't matter what
Mm.
you sell. It's all you're doing is trading a service for money. Okay. But you
Mhm.
might as well do it in a service that's easy to market, easy to sell, easy to produce, and just perfect that.
Mhm.
Any
Yes.
deviation in the next 365 days from interior painting, I don't exterior painting, let the other guys do it. Become a
Mhm.
specialist. If you find yourself doing anything different than interior painting at any time, I don't care.
Mhm.
Okay. Because I don't care what
Mhm.
it is, your momentum stops
Yeah.
and you
Mm.
have to start all over again because you
Mhm.
compromised. Don't compromise on
Mhm.
this. If you see that there's no interior painting jobs, guess what? You need to be resourceful. You need to be more resourceful.
That's right. Find another way. Find
Find
a
another way.
source, but don't find another job or another
Boundaries,
service.
boundaries. Find another way.
Yeah.
Don't find another job. You are an interior painting specialist or whatever trade you
Mhm.
decide to zero in on. I'm not going to force you to do that. I just am helping you understand that, especially in a place that gets as cold as yours, you don't want there to be this big 6 month or 5 month delay on when you can start working
Mhm.
again. If you
Mhm.
were
Yes.
preparing
Yes.
for this back in the spring, you would have
Mhm.
interior work all these weeks ready to go.
Mhm.
So next year,
Mhm.
don't make the same mistake.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very nice. Thank you. Okay, so I mean, a lot in front of me. Yes, and my guys, especially, this drives me also to build this business. I mean, my employees. These are both of them, and the third one. These are people that run away from their countries. Two of them are from, I mean, I don't know if I should say it up loud, from some African countries.
Understood.
Where there was, dictatorship or
Sure.
war. They moved to Norway, and they are getting some help from system, but they won't work. But many years they couldn't get this work. So most companies that I see around, or at least, I'm in a very small town here, and there is only two painting businesses that are quite big, but they don't hire local people. They get from European countries workers that are, I don't know, maybe they are cheaper, but so my dream was more to work with people that live here, local people, same like me, that moved to this country, and they're amazing, decent, or like high quality.
Lucas,
Yeah.
you are going to sell the jobs because of who you are. People are not
Okay.
buying your paint job. They're buying Lucas.
Yes.
Get that deep in your heart, man. They don't, if you have that mission to help someone who is coming for a new opportunity like you, all you need to do is show up with whatever you got in you, this enthusiasm that I feel all the way over here. I don't know how many miles away I am looking at you on the screen here, but I'm happier because I met you. And if you are honest and you convey with your heart, your mission, and you convey trust, I don't care if they're in Norway, Japan, Ireland, America, you can get someone to believe in you. They essentially, the energy will transfer from you to them, and they will embody your beliefs and your values and feel as though that you are now a friend. So they don't need to know all those details. All they need to know is that whoever Lucas brings in his business is going to represent Lucas's values. Your job is to establish those values, establish those standards. So when you're not there, they are acting the way Lucas would. That's business. You understand that concept?
Yes.
So if you're not consistently pitching the vision to your team, if you're not consistently pitching the standards to your team, okay, how in the world could they operate in standards and a vision and a company mission if they don't know what they are? And then the big mistake some people make is they get frustrated that their team isn't doing the job the right way, or they don't have the same values. And I want to know, how often do you pitch your values and your mission to your team?
That's it. Okay.
If I go up to your teammate and I ask them, hey, what's your company mission? Do you think they'd be able to tell me?
Not yet.
Because it's stuck in your head. Get it out. Get it out and make it very clear what the mission is of what you're trying to accomplish.
Man, I have problems breathing here. It's amazing what you're saying. Amazing, man. Wow. Thank you for this, what you're doing,
My
Tanner.
pleasure. It's my pleasure. I'm humbled that my voice traveled as far as it did. Thank you for listening. I'm blessed. I really am, to be able to sit here and impact your business from far away. Maybe, if you continue on this path, you'll be one of the largest painting operations in Norway.
Let's hope for that. But I would like to be free most of all.
It can be done. It can be done as long as you keep the tools in the garage. Remember that.
Okay, tools in the garage.
Keep the tools in the garage. Okay. All right, my friend.
Thank you so much. I'll let you know where am I in some weeks. Yes. Thank you again. God bless you. Bye.
Dripjobs CRM is finally here. That's right. So Dripjobs is an automation platform for contractors, home service professionals. It's going to automatically follow up with your customers. It's going to allow you to send invoices, estimates. It's going to allow you to send out blast marketing emails to individuals based on where they are in the buying process. This software is next level. And I'm reaching out to you. You're a listener of this podcast, and I want you to be one of the first ones to give it a shot. So if you want to see what Dripjobs can do for your business, I'd love for you to head over to dripjobs.com, sign up for a free demo, and get your team involved, and let us sit with you and show you how powerful this software is. It's going to save you time, it's going to make you money, and you're going to love the features that are built into Dripjobs. So if you want to check it out, head over to dripjobs.com, and we will give you first priority, being a podcast listener, to be one of the very first to try out Dripjobs in your home service business. I'm super excited to share that with you, and I'll catch you on the next episode.